Welcome to the Central Basketball Association's weekly update, where talent is discovered. I'm your host, Jeff Mahoney. This past weekend was supposed to bring some clarity to the league's standings, with the 2015 playoffs just 2 weeks away. Fort Wayne was in second place, with Bowling Green just a half game behind. The Hornets are playing with the league's leading scorer, Andreas Clemens, as they look for win number 4 hosting the Flight. We're in Russellville, Kentucky, where the league's leading rebounder and Fort Wayne's James Humphrey also taking part in this matchup. Bowling Green gets some separation from the Flight in the first quarter when Andreas Clemens finds Eric Orr in the corner for 3 as the Hornets go up 25-15. On to the second, Bowling Green continues to put the pressure on. 6'8" Torres Hampton, who last week set a new record with 18 rebounds, gets the putback. He'd finish with a double-double, 12 and 12. 40 seconds later, Clemens navigates the lane as the Hornets have their largest lead of the game, 45-28. The Flight respond with an 11-4 run to close out the quarter. Ronald Lucas drains the 3 as Bowling Green takes a 49-39 lead into the break. Fort Wayne puts together another run in the third quarter. Antonio Wilson with the putback. Then Wilson with the screen finds Antonio Cannon for the triple. Then Wilson knocks the ball away from Hampton. This is all part of a 19-4 run by the Flight as Wilson finishes on the other end. Fort Wayne had 13 steals in this game. There's one from Wadner Joseph up to Lucas, and the Flight go up 60-58. However, the Hornets take the lead right back behind Marquise Rudolph, who had a game-high 25 points. Bowling Green up 64-63 heading into the fourth quarter. And in the fourth, there were 16 lead changes. Wilson to James Humphrey for the monster jam, Flight up 81-80. Moments later, Kalen Kimberlin's skip pass finds Rudolph in the lane for the bucket and one. Puts the Hornets up 87-85 with under 2 minutes to play. Next possession, Humphrey gets his three-point play down in the block as he draws contact from Clemens. After the free throw, Fort Wayne up 88-87. The Flight have an opportunity to close this game out, but then Demarius Smith comes up with the steal and finds Rudolph. Goaltending called on the play as the Hornets hold on to a tight one, 91-90. For the second consecutive game, Bowling Green guard Marquise Rudolph scores a season high. Fort Wayne newcomer James Johnson followed up his 10-point performance last week with 18 points, while leading the Flight with 3 three-pointers. Mississippi, winners of 3 straight, hosting Middle Tennessee at Streets Ministries. And it's the Storm unleashing fury in the first. Welcome back Miles Thrash as he drains the 3. Next possession, Dominique Rouse from the low post kicks out to Brandon Mungo. Follow that up with Ryan Westbrooks driving around the world as Middle Tennessee begins this game up 10-2. The Storm compile their largest lead of the game at 9 points when Thrash finds Frank Thaxton for the in-your-face one-hand jam. The Eagles come alive in the second quarter. Mardrakus Wade no-look pass to Russell Malone for his only three-pointer of the game. Next, Wade finds Kieran Jackson, not here, but here, as Jackson drains it from downtown. Part of a 12-3 run for Mississippi, Malone drops the leaner, and we're tied at 29. Coming out of the break, up 43-42, the 6'6" Rouse extends that lead. Middle Tennessee up 54-50 after his 3. But this night belonged to Wade, driving from the wing, finishing at the cup. Wade with the ball-handling theatrics, slicing up defenders. Wade had a season-high 40 points, which is the second most points scored in CBA history. Will Mardrakus Wade be the season's MVP? Mississippi outscores Middle Tennessee 35-22 in the fourth as the Eagles roll to a 102-87 victory. With the win, Mississippi followed Bowling Green to second place in the league standings. Mardrakus Wade added 5 assists and 5 steals for the Eagles. The Storm's Miles Thrash chipped in 7 assists in his first game back since March 29th. First place Chattanooga on the road in Illinois. First up is 1-5 Peoria. But early on, the Panthers aren't feeling like a last place team. Down 15-16, Brandon Lee finds Ryan Stottle with the runner high off the glass. Then Stottle up to Ryan Marshall for 3 as Peoria goes up 22-18. In the second quarter, Panthers still battling. Lee finds Jason Angel all alone for 3. Then off the steal by Marshall, Dominique Toombs drives for 2. And with all this, we're tied at 53 at the half. The Rail Runners build momentum to start the third quarter. First, Alex Wells with a lob to Fred Sturdivant, who throws it down with authority. Then Sturdivant pokes the ball free. E.J. Ward picks it up and in transition finds Dante Hampton. On the third possession, Ward gets the steal. He finished with 6 steals and a triple-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 15 assists, and once again Hampton delivers. Chattanooga's Quincy Skates led all scorers with 28 points. He picked up a couple of big dunks in the second half. Even when things weren't going right, Sturdivant was there with the reverse 2-hand putback slam. More assists for Ward as Wells goes boom shakalaka. Rail Runners put on a show and cruise with a 122-91 win on the road. We had a possible MVP sighting on display as Chattanooga's E.J. Ward becomes the first ever CBA player to record a triple-double. His 15 assists is also a new league record, surpassing the 12 assists that Middle Tennessee's Miles Thrash set last season. Ward also holds the league record with 8 steals, which he set this season in the Rail Runners' win over Fort Wayne. So we figured out that E.J. Ward can flat out play, and Chattanooga is living up to the hype, winning the games that people project they should win. But there's one more game left for the Rail Runners on this road trip. Chattanooga looking to keep full possession of first place at Lutheran High School, home of the Sentinels, who come into this game with a 1-5 record. And things are not going Springfield's way early on as Alex Wells picks up the turnover and gets the ball up to Dante Hampton. Fred Sturdivant there with the flush. Then Sturdivant with the block gets it up to E.J. Ward, who had 11 assists in this game, and here's one to Wells for 3, part of an 11-0 run to start this game. That lead extends in the second quarter. Freeman Pinckney, one of his 11 assists off the glass as Sturdivant throws another one down. 20 seconds later, Wells joins in on the fun with the steal for 2 of his game-high 39 points. Wells was a perfect 3 of 3, knocking down these high-percentage 2-pointers as Chattanooga leads 60-34 heading into halftime. One bright spot for the Sentinels this season has been the play of Joshua Minner, here with the steal, and we know he has no problem elevating. Springfield actually took the third quarter 27-26, Alex Mumford with the lob to Minner. But the Rail Runners continue to put pressure on in the fourth, and after Benitez James drains the 3, Chattanooga has its largest lead of the game at 39. The Rail Runners can taste that number 1 seed as they roll 116-89. Chattanooga's Alex Wells put together the third best scoring performance, tying Miles Thrash and Mike Gills with 39 points. The 6'3", 26-year-old shot 8 of 15 from beyond the arc, while leading his team with 8 rebounds. Miles Thrash in Middle Tennessee trying to keep pace atop the league standings, hosting Tereus Clemens and Bowling Green at Fisk University. This game had a big first quarter as Clemens dials up the 3-ball. The Storm respond right back as Thrash counters. All of this happens within 25 seconds. Clemens One more time puts the Hornets up 8-5. But Thrash just couldn't be stopped. Still, here in the first, where the 34-year-old hit 5 3-pointers and scored 24 of his team's 35 points. Thrash was so dialed in that right before the quarter ended, he waits till the last second, then splash! Storm up 55-53 at the half. Middle Tennessee keeps the pressure on to start the third. Dominique Rouse with the skip pass to Hunter Harris and boom! A minute later, Rouse with the lob to Harris and boom! But Bowling Green keeps pace behind Clemens, who for the 4th time this season goes for over 30 points. Back-to-back buckets in the third give the Hornets the 70-67 lead. And after Demarius Smith finds Brandon Harris on the wing, Bowling Green extends that lead 75-69. But that lead wouldn't withstand the fourth quarter. Rouse had a game-high 7 assists, while Hunter Harris scored a season-high 18 points, as the Storm pull away with a 104-98 win.
We knew if it's a close game, it's going to be hard to win, especially on the road. You know the calls are going to go the other way, and you know they're going to shoot a lot better than they normally do at home, and they did all of the above.
We got Memphis on Sunday. It'll be a big game. I mean, everybody's kind of got a couple of losses now, so we're right in the thick of everything still. So, we're still looking to improve our seed. So we'll just continue to work and get ready for Memphis on Sunday. That'll be a fast-paced game.
So now Middle Tennessee keeps up with the Joneses, improving its record to 4-3. Hunter Harris hit 8 of 9 of his shots from the field, as the Storm shoot 57% from the field in the second half, while holding Bowling Green to just 38% shooting. Here at the Boulevard Center in Memphis, where it does not take the Soul Kings long to get going, Reynold Posey finds Lewis McCaster for the baseline reverse layup to start this game. Mississippi responds when Mardrakus Wade kicks out to Samson Carter, giving the Eagles the lead 3-2. Next possession, Frederick Mason with the block on McCaster. Dexter Cheers up to Carter, and the lead extends to 3, the Eagles' largest lead of the game. 3 minutes later, Marticus Morgan finds Edward Graves on the wing for 3, and that's the last time Mississippi would hold on to the lead in this game. McCaster off the inbounds pass throws it down, as Memphis takes a 23-18 lead into the second. The Eagles pull within 4 when Cheers hits Carter for 2 of his team-high 19 points. But just too much Soul Kings on this day. Posey to Mario Kane extends the lead to 10. Then in the third quarter, Graves with the give and go to Morgan. Then Bobby Jones hits the 3 to extend the lead to 14. More and more that lead would build up all the way to 25 points as the Memphis Soul Kings get revenge over Mississippi, 105-80.
Really, man, we act like we had never seen basketball today. It's like a total reverse, totally opposite from last night. Totally opposite. We weren't sharing the ball, we were playing team defense. It almost looked like we just come, man, just to show up, and that's pretty much it. If we continue to play like this, we'll have an early exit into this tournament. But we got to play team defense, got to play team offense, move the ball, put all the individual play.
In last week's matchup, Mississippi won on a last-second shot. This week, not so much. Memphis once again with a balanced attack led by Bobby Jones, who scored over 20 points for the 3rd consecutive game. Chattanooga had a good weekend winning both of its games and was rewarded being named the 2015 CBA regular season champions for the 2nd straight season. They will be your number 1 seed heading into the playoffs in 2 weeks. Memphis is now over 500 for the first time this season with a 4-3 record. That puts the Soul Kings in a 5-way tie for 2nd place. If the playoffs started tomorrow, Chattanooga would play 8th seed Peoria, while Memphis would get the number 2 seed and play Springfield, which makes this weekend's games all the more important for seeding purposes. Bowling Green's Tres Clemens remains the league's leading scorer, averaging more than 4 points per game better than Mississippi's Mardrakus Wade. Both have made it into the top 5 for this year's league MVP voting process. Also on that list is rebounding leader James Humphrey of Fort Wayne, along with Jonathan Adams from Chattanooga. Lastly, E.J. Ward, who averages more than 2 assists better per game than Miles Thrash, rounds out your top 5 MVP candidates for the 2015 season. So the matchup to look forward to happens this Sunday when Middle Tennessee travels to take on Memphis. Although head-to-head matchups are the first deciding factor in the seeding process, it will most likely come down to point differential that decides who is seated where when the playoffs head to Fort Wayne, Indiana in 2 weeks. We have some big games this weekend as we figure out who's seated where. Keep up with all the information at playcba.com. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all the latest videos from the CBA. I'm Jeff Mahoney. Until next week, keep shooting.